Hello. Hey, how is everyone doing tonight? It is Victoria here, and I'm gonna do some weathering. This is a little different, but I kind of been wanting to dig into weathering for a while. Hey Lon, hey Kyle. And I said I'd maybe try it out and very spontaneously made the live stream so that I'd force myself into doing some weathering. Um, I really didn't do a whole lot. Before I did like very little bit, and oh, and I hope my stream connection's okay. I'm in a different setup. I'm in my house, in my office, and it's different internet and all that. So Corey's listening from his phone, so hopefully all is good in that realm. I'm sure you guys will say something. But anyways, so yeah, I'm a total newbie when it comes to weathering. Total newbie. I painted years ago. I used to do craft shows and things, so I have a little bit of like experience with acrylics and things. But I'm just gonna mess around. I learned that there is no wrong way to weather. There are just certain techniques that are better than others, or you get a different result. So I figured I'd show you my very very first thing I ever weathered. I'm not like the most thrilled with it, but it looked similar to this type of box car, and I kind of wanted it to look really like dusty. And then my rust wasn't that great, but I am very proud of the top. I used pigment on the top for the like rust roof, and honestly it looks really cool. The pigment I used, I have Ammo by MIG, and this is a good brand. I do like how this got, but yeah, so this was my first one. Total noob. So what I'm gonna do with this guy, so the last time I weathered, I put a very light layer of, we'll call it dirt, on this side. I don't know if you can even tell, but this side is not done. This is totally clean, and I don't have the ends done or the top done. So I want to just start with basically replicating what I did on this side and do it on this side. I'm using one of our foam cradles that we got from Bowser, and as you can see, it's pretty dirtied up. This is kind of perfect. So, and don't mind me if I don't get to see all your comments. I'll try to. But hello, Uncle H. Hey, Glenn. Hey, David. Hey, Sleeper. Everyone else that's here. I appreciate you coming and chilling. So, I also need to put my little smock on. I just have this old shirt. It has a lot of battle wounds on it, so to speak, from painting back when I used to do craft shows. And I just kind of put it on like this, because I do not want to destroy my nice shirt. And then if I get anything like on me, it can go on that. Okay, so I have this paper bowl, and so I'm going to start. This is what I used to do the other side of this. It is Ammo by MIG. It's a shader, and it's called Dirt. So I'm going to use this and see how this gets. And I'm just going to put some drops in there. Glenn, you've been working on your tie loads again? Awesome. I remember you talking about that before. And let's see what paintbrush I want to use. I think I'll use this one. I think I want to start with the top today. And then it's pretty like, it's like real wet, this shader. So I try to like, I'm gonna try to spread it out the best I can. Again, newbie here, guys, so if I'm doing something you wouldn't do, be kind to me. Yeah, Kyle, I grew up listening to that album, actually. That was one of my mom's repeat albums, and when I was really little, I mean, my mom always listened to radio and albums, and like, when you're a kid, you kind of pick up on what your parents listen to. So I know that album quite well. Corey and I kind of joke around about it sometimes. We're always quoting it in our lives a little bit. That's actually makes me think like how Corey and I met. Music's a big part of my life, especially when I was a teenager. And I would always go to concerts. My mom was a really cool mom. Like she would take me and my friends to shows. And one of the kids in my class, he was in a band, and he was like, "Hey, Victoria, we're opening up for so and so in Allentown at the Croc Rock. Hey, can you should come?" Because they'd have to sell tickets to be able to be an opener for this band. And so me and my friend went. My mom took us, and Corey happened to be in that band. Funny story. And I didn't meet him that night, but my mom did. And I remember thinking, that bass player's cute. Well, that was Corey. So that's kind of, and then after that, we met through MySpace. So, does anyone remember MySpace? I do. I miss MySpace. It's way better than Facebook. Okay. This is looking pretty good. I don't want it to be too wet. And like, I'm seeing my ends here, like, kind of thick. I don't know if you can see. I'll get it up on the screen. So I'm trying not to have it that you can see my brush marks. That's like the one thing I don't want. Okay, so here's what the top looks like. It is still wet, but it looks dirty. Like this is the clean side, and now this looks dirty. I know it's wet, so it's shiny, but MySpace is where you and your wife met. That's pretty cool. Yeah, that's kind of how, like, in turn, that's how we met, because that's how we started talking after the whole concert thing. Yeah, Corey's like in the band for like 2 weeks. Yep. Yeah, Corey's a man of a lot of trades. He plays drums, he sings, he plays piano, he plays guitar and bass. Like, so he's a one man band now. Basically, he writes his own music, but yeah. So now I'm gonna do this side. What I'm excited for is to do some rust then. I'm not sure. I have to see if it dries. This isn't like, this is more of like a wash. So it's not like acrylic. Acrylic dries really fast. I have to see how long this takes to dry. Thank you, hobbyist. I'm a total newbie. But like I said at the beginning, I do have acrylic background. I used to paint and do craft shows and stuff, so like I know a little bit about things, but there's so much to weathering. Like, one day that I'd like to dig into, I would love to one day get a sprayer to get like an even spray, like especially on like the trucks and whatnot. But I'm not there yet. I kind of wanted to just learn the basics and know if it's something I want to pursue, because I would love to, Corey's, as a lot of yous mentioned on the hangout, Corey, our layout, the cars are quite clean. So I'd like to make them look a little more realistic. But you know, when you have scale trains, engines, and Atlas and other brands that aren't like this is a Tyco, I think. Yeah, this is a Tyco. You know, I don't mind. I don't want to say ruining a Tyco car because I think with weathering you can always fix it, you know, a little bit. But I don't want to ruin or mess up more expensive higher end stuff. But I can't wait to get to that point because it's going to make our layout look a little more realistic, I think. Wow, there's 13 of you here listening to me talk and do this. So that's looking pretty good. There's a chunk there. Or a big like pile. The hardest for me is like in the ladder because you don't want to miss in the steps there. That looks pretty good though. Like this is what the other side looks like. I know like with the light it might be kind of hard to see. That's looking pretty, like that's looking dirty, you know what I mean? Yeah, Kyle, I don't use Facebook. I have it for we have a business page for Trains in the Valley, but I don't have like any friends on it because I used to have one that had lots of friends on, like my high school associates and like family, but it's just full of nonsense and it's a waste of my time. So I don't have any friends on it. I just use it for business now. Okay, so I need to, oh, I can see the side that I had done already. I got a little over the edge there when I did the top. So I just wanted to brush that. It's drying already. It's already drying. Okay, so I need my things falling down already. I need a little bit more shader here. I love this because it's like drops. It's almost like food coloring drops. It's like really really nice. And we don't have any of this stuff like on our website or anything because this is like one of those things like paints and like eventually this kind of stuff like goes bad after a while, like years. And I just if it don't fly off the shelves, I just don't want to see it go bad and then we sell it and it's like dried up or something. Just because, you know, I don't know the demand. But if you ever want anything like this, we can order stuff in. So just you have to just ask and we will try to accommodate. You're working on some weathering railway productions. Nice. That's cool. Kyle, there are some cool groups that are on Facebook. Like the one group I'm in is for Reading and Northern, and we like to chase Reading and Northern when they have like excursions, and they're pretty cool about. I'm sure Hobbyist knows all about this group. They provide like info, the runs they're doing usually, and the dates. So I'm in that group. I know there's a lot of like trains for sale groups too, which I don't know if I'm in any of them anymore. Long ago I was. That side got really cool. Actually, I'm trying to show you without a glare. Yeah. The sides are interesting because there's so many little crevices that, you know. See, you know what I'm already learning? I should have gloves on. I can see my fingerprint there. I gotta fix that. That was the wet side. I'm trying to hold it, and that's a rookie mistake right there. I'll have to get some nitrile gloves or something. I'm allergic to latex, so I can't use latex. Thank you, Forever. I don't know if you're here at the beginning, but I am a noob. I am pretty new here with the weathering, and I just like did some like YouTube research. I watched some people do some weathering, and I picked up on a few techniques that I wanted to try, and um I'm just trying it. Basically, there's no wrong way. Oh, that's cool. I'm surprised you don't know about that because, well, a lot of the Reading and Northern fans out there, like, love to see the team on out and about. So I like that page because I think it's called Friends of Reading and Northern or something like that. Corey would know. Facebook can be good for some things, but I can't like read people's posts because it's usually dramatic and stressful, and I don't need that. So okay, so that I touched up where my fingerprint was, and that's actually looking really cool. I wish you could see it from my angle. It's so hard. But it's not looking like clean anymore. Like, for example, I have another one sitting here that I'll probably try. This is the top is the clean one, not done yet. So that looks super cool. Yes. Hello, Ethan. Thanks for coming down and watching and hanging out with all the train friends here. This is drying decent, but what I might do is let it completely dry before I do the rest I was thinking for it. And I do have to spray some clear spray on it too to let it sit. So that's another thing. Like, I've read so many different things. Is there anyone here that knows weathering that can answer this? Some people spray a clear coat while it's still wet, and then some do it when it's dry. I haven't really experimented with it. I have Testors spray, and I mean, I don't want to say there's no wrong way. Hey, Rich! But I don't want to do it wrong. But I am learning, so. But I know in between coats they say it's good because then it doesn't miss anything. So this is the finished product as of now for it. We're going to let it dry. Honestly, I like the way just the dirt looks. Like, it looks cool. Just a little dirty there. I'll put that under my computer monitor. Here was another one I did just one side of. So this is it's a wood reefer, I guess this is. This is a clean, and then this is it like dirty. I thought that got really cool. And then I did like I know this is wood and it can't rust, but the roof's probably metal, and sometimes rust might drip. So I had a few lines that were a little more orange. I thought that looked kind of cool. So I do have to do the other sides of this. I was kind of like in major, I'm gonna just try a little bit and let it dry. Hey, John. White pencil crayon can give you white streaks from white leathers. Okay. Okay. No weathering stuff. Yeah, the details do really pop. And hey, Camden. Okay. So I have this other one. There's like a little sticker on this one. That's so funny. Corey gave me a tray of trains that it's like, these were cheap. We don't need these. Or maybe he wants them for the layout. I'm not sure. But I know he likes BN, so I'm not sure what he'll want with these then, but I know there was like a $3 tag on that. That's funny. I want to see. So I have this one called Light Rust. Let me see. I love pigments. I might start with the roof on this one. What was I using for that? Oh, yes, I was using this. And water. Okay, I think... Okay, I'm going to try something different. Oh, this is all different, but if you're doing one of the potato cards yourself, that's cool. I am going to try, because I want to use some pigment. I really like pigment. But I think what I'm going to do is put some of the Light Rust on first, and then put some of the dry pigment. I just have to figure out... I got Light Rust. I got Medium Rust. Track Rust, that's for track. It's kind of like a dark rust. So I just got like random packs of stuff. So it's, some of these are like dark earth. This could be used for, it's really hard to see the color, but it's like a really dark brown. Well, no, a light brown. Some people use them for like tank car, like actual like army type tanks and buildings and like machinery. Oh, I have a black one. That's cool. I didn't realize I had a black one. See, I have one called Rubble. That's probably for like, I think I've seen someone use that. I think they were like doing a scene on, like, I was watching this guy that well, there's a lot of like army tanks, like tank things like that. And he does like wreckage scenes. And that was really cool. It's called Rubble. I think he used that. So probably like buildings that break apart and like things like that. Panel line. That's cool. Tamaya. Okay, so I'm gonna try some of this rust. And this is called Light Rust. And then I'm gonna put some pigment right on top of it. Don't mind me, I'm trying to get all the paint that's on here. Okay. So this is a clean car. I didn't touch it yet, so. And this is a Tyco. I think all these were Tycos Corey had given me. Maybe whenever they're done, I can run them on Layout Hangout too. I'm sure you guys would like to see that. I feel like you guys would like us live every day. You guys are awesome supporters. I love it. We love our little train community here on YouTube. In turn, you guys came. A lot of you are supporting us on our website, which we really appreciate. It's a lot. We work really hard. And this is fun for me. And this is kind of why I scheduled this stream. Because I've been so busy with work that I forgot about doing like this kind of stuff, and I wanted to. So this kind of forced me to do it, which is sometimes necessary. And it was for sure for me. Okay, so now that I just have this little bit on, I just have to get the roof walk a little bit. Okay, so this, I'm going to put pigment on this, but this is just a little bit how it looks. It looks a little rusty. Now what I'm going to do, I have, I want to use the big one or the little one. So I have two pigment, they're meant for pigment brushes. As you can see, they have like a flat top. I think I'm going to go with the little one. Because I want to get those crevices. So what I learned with pigment is you need to put some on, and and then you need to wet it and like tap it in. And I'm sure there's a better way to do it. I think I'm gonna go medium rust. I was debating between light. Light? I don't know now. I'm second guessing this. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go light, actually. Okay. So it's almost like a pastel powder pigment. And we're gonna just like put a bunch on. I actually absolutely love. Oh, I didn't have that down all the way. There we go. I love the look of like the powdery roofs. Like, not powdery, but I feel like it really gives it texture. The rusted roofs. Alright, totally. I'm sure you just like pastel paint, or not paints, just like pastel art. You lose some pastel in the process, but I'm just like, I'm gonna just push it in. I think that's why the pigment brushes have a flat edge. Again, I am no pro. I watched some people do it on YouTube, and I'm gonna try my own thing and see how I like it. And this, oh, this is getting cool. It looks really like red on top of that green. See it forever. Yeah, sorry, I'm just like reading all the comments while also trying to do this. I can tell you I won't be done with this tonight, but because that's the other thing I found out. You gotta let like layers dry, and then you gotta come back to it. Appreciate all you guys just kind of watching me do this. Is this like ASMR? What I like though is I get to just talk. Like, you know, when you're at a hairdresser appointment or massage appointment, sometimes they just talk to you while they're doing their thing. It's kind of how I feel like right now. Like I'm just kind of doing my thing. I'm talking. And then like what I saw someone do, which is what I did with this guy right here, is then I got my paintbrush wet and I was like drizzling water over it to make it like do something. I can't even explain what it does. It kind of like becomes like almost like clay, not clay, but like it goes into place. But you can manipulate it then a little bit more once it gets a little more wet then. I can see out of the corner of my eye that you guys are chatting in the chat, but I cannot look right now what you guys are saying. I'm not quite ready to do graffiti. I'm more, I just want to get a handle on this a little bit, the weathering. Maybe I'll get into graffiti at some point. I'm not sure. Like, to me, this is looking so cool. Thanks, Ethan. Corey likes BN a lot, and in turn, I kind of do too a lot because, you know, Great Northern, BN, a lot of them all merged to become BNSF, and Great Northern's my favorite, as you guys know. Okay, I'm happy with that. I'm closing this pigment before I knock it down. And what I'm going to do now... Stick people, yeah, I guess I could do that. I mean, stick people is, I'm sure, an actual graffiti that some people do. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to just start wetting it. And I think that's when it comes to life a little more personally. That's what I think, at least. I could be totally wrong on this, but I did also learn that there's like no wrong way to do this. You just adapt to whatever you're going for. I should have like a drop. Mm-mm. My water really quickly turned like rusty looking. Looking decent. It gives it like some depth, I guess. The pigment and then putting like the moisture on it and water. I do have a little too much on. I think I'm gonna let that dry and then see how that gets. Hopefully Corey's reading the chat because I wouldn't. He might be able to help with that. Thank you, Ethan. Okay, well, let's see. My hand got a little rusty from that. I'm gonna pull up this first one we did and see how it's looking. It's drying pretty good. I can still see it's a little wet. But I think I might do, because it's like sticky wet yet. It's not super wet. Spray bottle water. I've seen some people do that. I'm just trying to conserve. Like, I'm sitting at a table with a computer, so I'm trying to preserve like splatter not going up on my computer screen. It's temporary where I'm at, so I just don't want to destroy everything. I think I'm gonna mess around with putting a little bit of rust on this guy. It's like sticky wet yet, but it's not completely wet. Oh, their pigment got on this that quick. That is hilarious. Because it was on here. I guess it won't hurt it, but wow, look at how orange my finger got. I'm cleaning the pigment. Pigment's no joke. Like, I am like going like this. Nothing's happening. That's so funny. Okay, back to business. Okay, I think because this is a little sticky yet, I think that I should be good. Let's see. Rust. I haven't opened one of them. Is this it? One of these are opened. I have a couple that are still closed. So this other thing I have, Ammo by MIG. This is called an oil brusher. So this is like an oil, and oil I know dries a little slower than like acrylic. So we will see what I'm thinking. Well, before I get into that, let me take my paintbrush. Okay, I need to clean this one. Then, let's see. I think we'll do this one then. So funny. My water is so rusty looking, but I am going to be doing. It's laggy. Corey hasn't said it's laggy to me. I hope it's not laggy for everyone. I'm gonna go like this at a couple spots, and I'm gonna just kind of see what happens here. I don't want the whole thing to be orange. I just want like a light. I need to just work on one area. I can't do that again because that like almost dried that quick. Hopefully it's just a very small lag and not like too intense. I'm on a computer that was kind of it's not like super high intense like the other computer we use down where our layout is. So I hear Corey walking over to my room, so that tells me he's coming over here to do something.
Hello.
I guess I'll pause for a second. He's gonna try to fix the lag, hopefully.
I think it's more of an audio thing, so
Okay.
let me see what I can do.
My finger is so bad. Like, look at how orange this got.
Might be that. We'll see about that. Okay, we'll try that.
I'll start talking again. If it got worse, you just have to let us know.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's the computer or the internet or me watching. I don't know. But I'm trying to keep an eye on it, and they're right. It got like a little weird in that moment.
Glenn said hi, Corey.
Hello, hello.
He's been chatting in the chat, so.
I've been trying, like I said, 14-hour workday of
working at the property.
We did some serious stuff today. We hauled, do you guys remember the video where the filing cabinets were in the room that we like fixed up to sort our trains? Well, we got rid of those. We took them down the steps today.
It was 3 flight steps.
Yeah, brutal. So that was only one of the things I did since 5 a.m. So.
Okay, Corey. I'm gonna continue on.
Yes, enjoy. It's looking good. Looking good, by the way. Thanks for everyone being out there.
Yeah, you guys are awesome. Glenn. I got a little overzealous here in the middle of the door, but I guess, honestly, doors get rusty pretty quick. Yeah, I got a little overzealous there. I don't think I can get that all out, but I think it will end up looking cool at the end. I can't forget the step. That's coming together pretty nice already. I do admit that like I said, I got a little overzealous at the door, but it's looking pretty cool. Do a little bit at the ladder. I can't recommend enough a foam repair cradle for this. This really holds it in place nice. John, it's not a bad video. Did you watch it? If you watch it, you'll realize it's a good video. Okay, I'm actually super happy with this, except I see like a brush mark quick. I just want to hopefully not overdo it. I have a sponge somewhere, and that might give a good, where it doesn't look like I used a brush. Here, let me show you guys. I'm actually super happy with this. Yeah, that angle. That looks really cool. I do have to do like the top yet, like the where the roof is. But wow, that gives it, like, looking at the other side. Yeah, that looks pretty cool. I am gonna do a little bit at the top. But I feel like I'm gonna have too much. I just want a very little bit, because this goes a far. Wait, thanks, Glenn. I'm actually super happy. This actually got really cool. I just have to get, like, I think I need to get a more, like, finer brush for in at these, like, crevices, so it doesn't look like I missed anything. I have some somewhere. I got a bunch of stuff when I was gearing up for this. Different size brushes and whatnot, but just very small dab. Wow, I cannot believe 45 minutes has gone by already. I'm probably going to be strict hour tonight because I started at 9. But we'll see where we're at, I guess. Corey's probably laughing already that I'm saying that. Yeah, that's much better. Yeah, oh man, guys. This is gonna look cool on the layout. Maybe I'll have to try to get this done for tomorrow night. I don't know. Yeah, Rich, I heard that too. And just get cheap cars. Like, go to a train show and get, like, dollar cars. Or even cheaper if you can. Like a tray of of cheap cars. These are really cheap cars that we got. So okay, I think, let me see. Yeah, that's nice, guys. I just want to show this off again. I have to show it at like an angle for you guys to like see it. Yeah, that looks kind of cool. It's not covering the whole thing. I feel like there's one spot I could just do a little bit yet, and then I'm gonna call it on this side. I probably put too much on already, but it's okay. One day I want to get into like patching, so like where the road number is, and the mark, like put a like maybe a stamp, like a square, and then re-decal it. But no, Rich, that's exactly why I'm using a cheap Tyco car. But ultimately, hopefully it looks like at the end, the result is it don't look like a cheap car, hopefully. Yeah, it's amazing the difference from when we started. Glenn. Don't make a promise you can't keep, Glenn, because I had problems with that too. Their thumbnails, Kyle's thumbnail is just a tiny bit more yellow than Rich's. Like a hair. It's hard. I have to look at the name to know who is who. Okay. I think I'm gonna spray some of my stuff over this because that is what I read, and I don't think it will hurt it. You know what I mean? It's not gonna hurt it. Okay. So I'm gonna try, granted, again, I am no professional, but this is what I got. Testers. I'm just gonna see how that goes. That's pretty strong. Okay, that looks pretty good. Okay, we're gonna let that dry. I want to check in and look at this again to see how this is looking. That's still pretty wet. It's drying good though. I know what I did with this one. Memory is coming back. So I did this to this one. I used two different rusts. I used the dark one and the lighter one, and I only used the one on this one. So I wonder, let's think. I have options here. I could, hey Terry, I could put a little bit more of the darker pigment on. Back to pigment again. That is what I did. It's memory's coming back. I'm gonna just do that because this is still wet. And this is the darker, which that's what I did. Just a little. I don't want to go overboard because pigment's just one of those things, just like pastels, where I feel like you waste a lot of it just trying to get. I mean, not that I'm trying to be cheap and not wait. Like, I'm just trying to make it get as far as I can here. Yeah, that's already starting to pop a little bit better than just the one color. That's what I did. We'll see if this... I need to move this out of my way. Yes, I am... And this is too wet. I think I made this too wet, because here I am... I'm, like, removing stuff and I'm seeing green. So I think that is a lesson learned. I think I made that a little too wet. Because it's, like, turning, like, clay almost, and it's getting harder to work with. Okay, I'm gonna try to push this powder down. I like the look of pigment, but I'm still definitely learning how to use it. But I think when this dries, it's gonna look so cool. Oh yeah, that's looking really neat. It's looking like there's certain spots that are worse than others. Okay. Okay, I'm going to close this guy up. And I'm going to show you this because I think this got really cool. That's looking more like there's two like colors of rust going on. I'm going to let that dry. Well, I got like 10 minutes. Now I have to see what, if I feel like digging into another one, or if I want to stop. A lot of pigment in there. These foam cradles are awesome, guys. Love them. Let's see what I got here. Yeah, Ammo by Mig is like great. All their stuff I've used so far, I'm really happy with. In case you're wondering, seems like they have good all around. Like I got the oil brushers, and I got the shaders, and I got the pigment. I do have acrylic, but I don't use acrylic a ton as of now. And it's mostly because they dry so fast, acrylic. I remember when I used to paint, when I used to do canvas, acrylic dries so fast that you almost don't have time to fix, like, how you, like, what you're doing. So, where I like the oil brushers, because oil, you can kind of manipulate for a little bit before it starts drying. Yeah, the pigments definitely take time, and I think it depends on how thick you do it. I go kind of thick on the roofs specifically. Like, I can't wait to do a gondola, an open gondola, because they can get really rusty looking, and that's like really, I can't wait to do them. The cradle is a game changer, I agree. Oh, there's 19 of you in here? This is nuts. I'm like amazed, because that's about like our average between 20 and 30 on Layout Hangout. So you guys are very cool. Yeah, and I have like a whole stack, as you guys saw. I took like the trucks off. I have like a big old pile of trucks here. That's like what I want to dig in. At some point I want to dig into a sprayer, because the sprayer gives a real more even appearance to like the bottom of cars and like the trucks, and you can as long as you do it a certain way that you don't go over the part of the wheel that actually goes on the track, there's a nice way to do the sides of the wheels. So I think like that's gonna be like my thing, like that I'll use a sprayer for. At some point, I've been doing research on one. There's one called the Viper, I think. that I was looking at. They're not the cheapest thing in the world, but that's why I'm like, I'm gonna learn first. I'm gonna learn a little bit, and maybe I won't need it. We'll see. Yeah, Glenn, there's all kinds of stuff that's been made. Like, some things are made that it's really easy, and then there's, like, all these products that, like, I'm trying out, and I think it depends on who you are, how you want to do it. I love that there's a little bit more involved with what I'm doing. So, yeah. Don't know yet, Terry. I want to get better at it. Maybe when I get better at it, we'll weather some cheaper cars and sell them. I don't know, but for now, we'll probably just run them on Layout Hangout. Maybe we'll run them on Layout Hangout for a while and then just put them up for sale or something. Not sure. Depends if people are like, hey, I want to buy that. Maybe we'll put something up. We'll see. Well, I think I'm going to call it there because I only have a couple minutes left. And I think I would go past my time. I wanted to just stick to an hour. But I could chit-chat for a bit if you want. Yeah, Corey said we'll add it to the layout for a bit. Our cars are so clean, it would be nice to see a little rust. Yeah, that is what I... Oh, I have another car here I did. I forgot to show you. It's a tank car. So this is the side of it clean. Too high there. And then this is what I did to the other side of it. Did this a while ago. This was like my first tanker, and it's a little different with tankers because of the curved nature. It isn't the same, like, when it comes to the brush strokes. So I do have to do more to it, but I have a lot of like half done things here that I was, you have to let them dry. So no, Dan's Railroad. I feel like I might have heard of Dan's Railroad. And yes, a little rust can go a long way. Unless I'm thinking of someone, I think, does he weather? There's someone that I watched that does weathering. I feel like I might have watched his videos if he does weathering. I'm pretty sure I did. There's a few people I was watching to just kind of get an idea of like the different ways you can weather. There are so many, so many different ways. So, one tip that I found that I like is just using like paper bowls or paper plates for like when you just drop your little bit of your paint or whatever on, and instead of like dirtying up something just to have to clean it. Yeah, I think it is Dan that I watched. I'm pretty sure that's who I watched. He does, and I like his explanation of things. If it's the guy I'm thinking of, I'm pretty sure it is. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's who I was watching. And there was another guy. I don't remember his name at all, though. There was a few people, but Dan is one. I think I watched a few of his videos. So, did you guys like this? Like, should I do this again sometime? Like, it would be, like, it was kind of, like, cool because it forced me to get into it again, so I got to actually enjoy doing it. And now I have projects that I have to let dry and sit, so then they can do their thing, and then I can come back to them again. Panzermeister, that's one I watched. I know that name. If I said that right. I remember him. Is he the one that does the army like tanks? I think that's who that is. Rich, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I really liked his. He was really good at explaining stuff. yeah, if you guys want me to do weathering once in a while, Corey's right away. He's like, yes, weekly. Okay. I mean, there was just as many of you in here as there will be tomorrow night, I guess. For layout hangout. It'd be cool if we could do like lives every day, but I don't think that's gonna be possible. But definitely have more live streams like this. Okay, hobbyist. Okay, I'll try to do this. I'll try to do it more often. I'll definitely say it that way. That would be cool. Yes, Rich. Yes. So he like, I think Panzermeister, if I'm saying that right. I think he has like 1 or 2 train videos a year, and then the rest is like army tanks. Everyone's like weekly. Okay. Once in a while I might skip, but I'll try to do this every week for you guys and for me, because I really enjoy it too. But I'm gonna sign off now because I keep saying I think I'm gonna go. It's 10 now. And I think if I'm not mistaken, I always like have to ask Corey. I hit stop stream or end broadcast first. I don't know now. Corey should just come over here and tell me which button I hit first because I don't know which one. Do I hit end broadcast or stop streaming? They both seem like they do the same thing. Like waiting for an answer now. But okay, we will definitely by the way, is there any way I could share my YouTube HO Scale playlist with you? It's got some nice videos mixed in that could be helpful. Email it to me, Glenn. If you go to our website, trainsandvalley.com, and there's a place that that says contact. You can do a form submission and share it. We'll definitely. You have a lot of stuff. So, yes, see you guys tomorrow night. And Corey, you're here. You're going to tell me which button I click.
Yeah.
He needs to give me instructions.
I think you gotta click both of them actually. So.
But which one do you do first?
I think stop streaming and you hit the other one.
Okay, guys. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.